Chris the Nightmare Ariel, and you're watching Mr. Boxing Today on YouTube.
Anthony Joshua, right, Molina, welcome. Eric, I'll start with you. 28 fights, 25 wins, 19 by knockout. You're still down as a big underdog. Tell me about yourself.
Well, you know what? This is a situation that I'm used to since my first fight. I felt like my whole career I've been the underdog. So, you know, I definitely hear what people were saying. The shot they're giving me, they gave me the same shot against Wilder, if not worse. So this is a situation that I've been in before. And you know what? So I don't really let it affect me, let it get to me. I'm going to prepare the best I can and bring the best fight I can bring.
So why or how are you going to win?
There's some things about Anthony Joshua that he does. He's young, he's strong, he's got all the attributes of a great champion. But there's a lot of things that he hasn't experienced yet in the ring. Those are going to be some of the things that I have to capitalize on to put him in those spots. Eventually, he's got to go to those things, like every heavyweight. You know, every heavyweight in history has been taken to certain spots that he hasn't seen yet. I got to put him in those spots, and I got to see how he reacts to those spots.
Anthony, why has this man got that opportunity, that golden ticket?
Yeah, I think as you said, 25 wins out of 28 fights. His losses have been to credible opponents. I think when I look at the shortlist, the real shortlist of who was available, I want the toughest fight, really. And I think that the reason why you can look at Eric as an underdog, as they may say, I'm an underdog as well. Let's not forget that in my mindset, even though we got the championship belt, forget that mindset's an underdog, is because it's becoming all about the hype. You know what I mean? And fair enough, Eric may not be a household name in the UK right now, but this is his chance to announce himself in the UK. So I think that when we're talking facts on papers, I think that he's just a tougher fight, and that's what I need to prepare myself for the future, you know, hoping everything goes well.
It sounds like you've got more to lose, regardless.
Always. Because I've been working tirelessly on many things, like even in boxing outside the ring, to kind of build my package, you know, the product, sell my product. And it's taken a lot of time, so definitely, yeah, in my own personal time, I definitely feel I've got a lot to lose. That's why I've got to approach every opportunity. I see this as an opportunity, seriously.
Eric, you seem to have learned from your losses. You lost your first professional fight. I think, how many amateur fights was it you had?
I had one amateur fight, and the area where I come from, there's no resources for a heavyweight. There's very no heavyweight sparring. You know, there's nothing to build off of. So it's something that I had to learn as I went on. So, you know, I turned pro, and it started with a loss and just learned from there.
So if you had the amateur experience that Anthony had, do you think you'd be an even better fighter now?
Well, I mean, it would help. It would definitely help to, you know, I addressed him earlier about some of the mistakes that I made in my, I've been blessed with the ability to make my mistakes in my career, but bounce back because I could learn from those.
That's your slogan, isn't it?
That's my slogan. That's what I say. You know, I address my fans, my family, my friends. My career has been started from the bottom, from getting knocked out in the first round, to bouncing back, putting wins together, regrouping, and with no amateur experience, that's the only thing you can do is learn. That's why I'm warning him, as a champion that he is, and as an athlete that he is. You know, there's going to be some mistakes that are going to come. There's going to be some learning experiences. There's going to be some hard learning experiences. The
problem is, and we've heard this before, and Anthony spoke about this. We've had, 3 Americans that have talked a great fight. They bigged up a great fight and pushed a great fight, but unfortunately, the results always be the same. Is he any different? Does he sound any different? I've been convinced before by guys that have been opposite you.
Yeah. I always put it down to fight night, because I could talk here and I could be, you know, throwing shots and talking reckless, but that's not going to win me the fight. So, me personally, I'm going to win the fight. Of course I'm going to win the fight, because that's just how I approach life in general. It don't stem from, like, just boxing. How I actually live my life is do it, get it done, succeed, and it's just the mentality. And I have faced massive stumbling blocks. That's the reason why I've been able to build this resilience to just keep on going. And I know what you're saying, because throughout my own career, it all seems like it's all, you know, glam and glory. It may seem, I don't know, but behind closed doors, it's tough. It's really tough. So, yeah, that's why I think it prepares me to push myself through whatever it is. So if he believes he can beat me, and he sounds like he can beat me, you will only find out by watching this fight, and by the end of the round, second, third, fourth, maybe 12th, you know, the man who wins will either remain or be the new. Okay,
you're saying you win the fight, but do you not think that there's going to be some excess pressure on you because of what Deontay Wilder did with this man?
Yeah, but I don't want to make this fight about Deontay Wilder.
But you know the comparisons are going to be made because of how he dealt with him.
Yeah, of course. He put up a hell of a fight, because Deontay Wilder's supposed to be this knockout artist with one-punch power. He's been in the game for like 8 years now, so he's got vast experience. And that's as a professional he's been boxing. So he's got vast experience. And Molina put up a good fight, you know, with Wilder. And even watching it, I was like, you know, that's the type of fighter I want to be in with. You know, someone who, you know, fights with their heart on their sleeve, and that's why we're here now. So it will be a good comparison in the back of my mind. God willing, I get the job done, but like that doesn't make me a better fighter than Wilder or him a better fighter. Everyone has their own attributes.
Who's the more dangerous, him or Wilder? Initially,
I mean, just by looking at the whole heavyweight division, you know, I say Wilder's a very dangerous fighter. You know, I've seen a lot of Joshua's videos. But Joshua brings a different type of danger. He brings, he doesn't make as many mistakes, you know.
As Wilder?
As Wilder, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Wilder's, one thing you got to respect about Wilder is, in my opinion, he brings the hardest punch in boxing. So, you know, that's just my opinion, you know, from what I've seen and what I experienced. And I think Joshua can put his punches together better. I think he's more explosive, but I think Wilder's more dangerous.
What did you learn from that fight in preparation for this fight?
I learned that I can get up. I learned that not only can I get up, I can fight back and I could still win rounds. I learned that I could fight through injury. I learned that I could fight through adversity. I could bite down and give everything that I got. More than what I ever thought I could give more than that.
Could you perform better against Wilder?
Yeah, definitely. I was on one ankle.
One ankle, you said you had, what, 35 days prepreration for
35 days preparation, yeah.
So that's why you think this may be a little different?
Well, and also with the Wilder fight, that was a massive, it was a big stage, fighting in his backyard.
It's a big stage. You're in the backyard.
No, but this is the second time around for me. It's the second time around doing this. So, I mean, you know, people say, hey, you worried about going to England? Well, I've done this already. I've been on this stage before. These people, this crowd, this show, been here, done that. It's not going to affect me mentally. I've I've won on this stage and I've lost on this stage before. The sun comes up, it sets it down the next day. If it's my destiny to win, like he said, I'll be champion. And if it isn't, I face my life the next day. Nothing changes for me. Sun comes up and down the same way.
Did he get your respect? When he talks about getting back up and getting on, did he get your respect in the Wilder fight?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, you're talking about one of the supposedly hardest hitters in the game, and as I said, it's a man that gets up continuously, shows a man with determination. And it's the mindset he's saying is that whatever happens, I've got nothing to lose, because if the sun goes up, it goes down again. And that's a mindset that I've got nothing to lose, because regardless, I'm still living. Do you know what I mean? So that's that mindset that you have to be wary of, because that's how I live as well. It's like, it is what it is. If you're going to slug it out, slug it out.
Yeah.
You know, and what will be, will be. And that's what destiny already writes itself. We're manifesting what we're going to do come December 10th. And that's what I say, succeed, do it, win, because I'm trying to put it out there. I have to go in with that mentality.
Eric, does it not faze you at all that sat right there could have been Vladimir Klitschko? You're the second choice. Does it bother you? Does it not faze you?
Hey, I'm that heavyweight, you know. Right now, who else in the last 18 months that's going to fight this man and that's going to fight Deontay Wilder? Who's going to willingly do that to become heavyweight champion? Obviously not Klitschko. You know, obviously not a list of other guys. Nobody wants to get in with this guy.
You know what's probably bothering me as an ex-fighter? I'm thinking you're talking like you're a fan. You're talking too respectful. And I'm not saying to try and cause tribulation. What I'm saying is you're talking like you're in awe of it just getting the opportunity.
I'm talking like comparing myself to everybody else that was on that list that decided to go somewhere else. I'm talking about my road to become heavyweight champ. Look what I got to go through.
Well, convince me that you... Right now, I'm thinking that you think, I just thanks for the opportunity. Convince me. Forget all of this. As an ex-fighter, convince me, because I'm kind of struggling a little bit.
Convince you? Do you think I came over here to win a decision? I know what I got to do to beat this guy. If I didn't think there was no chance to beat Joshua, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be doing other stuff. History shows the heavyweight division. History of any champion. Lennox Lewis. England prepped up Lennox Lewis. It happens in the heavyweight division. Guys like me, guys like Oliver McCall, guys like, it happens. It's part of boxing.
This man has knocked everybody out.
So did Lennox Lewis.
Not everybody.
One thing that I know for sure, with my experience, my confidence, any man can be destroyed on any given night. And he knows that's true. Any man in this heavyweight division can be destroyed on any given night. That's why the fight takes place. If that's the case and I'm going to lose, and then why? Let's just put on paper I lost. He's got to fight. I got to fight. He's got to beat me. And I guarantee you, I have a great chance to knock this man out.
He spoke about history. We saw it with Lennox Lewis, with Rahman, McCall. Is there a chance of history repeating itself with you?
Not at this stage. Not at this stage of my career. So history speaks volumes because it's once happened, but not in this career right now. No. Unfortunately, no.
Do you think he can take a shot? Do you think he can take your shot? You've seen him get up.
Early on, every fighter can, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, but it's later rounds when people start tiring and making mistakes. Yeah, that's when it gets serious. Everyone's sharp round 1, round 2, recover quicker than they got more oxygen in their body, they're fresher, but it's the wear and tear of the boxing match. That's when the tougher fighters get worn down and just slowly start to diminish, and I can start progressing into knocking them out.
How, again, I'm sorry to keep mentioning Klitschko, but how can you motivate yourself to get yourself up there again?
Because
from the fact of somebody boxing like Vladimir Klitschko to boxing.
Yeah, but I promise you, this is Vladimir Klitschko. This is David Hay. This is Eric Molina. This is still an objective, a person, a hurdle that I have to overcome, regardless. Klitschko would have been the same mindset. I wasn't actually watching Klitschko saying he throws his jab a bit low and he paused with the left and then throws the right and then I'm going to do that and then come back. No. It wasn't that. My mindset is to get myself in the best shape possible, minimise the mistakes I've been making as I started camp, start rotating more with the backhand, feint before I throw stuff like that. And then that should take me through a victorious fight, because as long as I can perform to my best capability, that's been enough to get me here. So
you're saying it's not about this?
It's not about this.
It's about you?
It's about me, yeah. So that's what I said. If I ever get beat, it's down to myself. I let myself down. Not he's better than me. All I have to do is rebuild myself up and I'll come again.
At the press conference, when I was watching you, body language is a big giveaway. And tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I sense a little frustration in your body language.
Because I don't want to, as I said, I don't want to sit here and start disrespecting and cussing Eric and saying he's this, he's that, and he's all of this, because it's not that. But when it comes down to boxing, I don't play games, and I'm here to dominate and to win and to handle my business the best way possible. And that's what it comes down to. So that's where it's frustrating, because people come out and they want to hear the hype, and I don't really involve in that. I'm here to fight. That's why we can sell out arenas, because people know that we're serious contenders on the circuit, and they just want to see some heavyweights go toe to toe.
Is there anybody you can compare him to? Any modern day heavyweight, any past heavyweight, anybody you can compare him to?
Maybe a little bit of Frank Bruno, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think of your fellow countrymen that have been over here before and talked the talk, not being able to walk the walk?
I'm not talking the talk. The words that come out of my mouth come from here. I'm not trying to sell you or him or anybody. I'll say the truth. I speak what I tell you guys. I say everybody at home. I tell my wife before I go to bed. I'm not trying to sell nothing to nobody. I'm being as real as I can here. I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know the experience that I've been through. I know the big fights that I've been through, and I know that what I can do in this fight.
I've just gone back to what you said. You said Frank Bruno. You know, I suppose the Americans thought Frank Bruno was just a manufactured Brit, and when he stepped up to world level, he got hurt. He got stopped. This man's world champion. He's done it. He's talked the talk, walked the walk. So where's the comparison come?
I mean, just in body size and, you know, his physique and stuff. His just on that aspect, yeah.
You question his stamina? Has it been tested? Do you think you can test that?
I don't question his stamina. One thing that I do question, and the whole world questions, is I want to see how he's going to take a good shot. I'm sure he wants to know too. I want to see how he's going to take a good shot. Everybody wants to know.
Do you have the power to?
I've heard everybody that I've been in the ring with.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted this fight anyway.
Yeah.
Someone who can give and take back, not someone I'm going to hit once and they're going to go over. Yeah, I can't be bothered with that. It's not good for me. That's what I say. As he said, he's not here to sell. He's here to fight. The sun goes up and the sun goes down. And that's the mindset I need, you know. I want someone who's going to come and try hurt me. That's what we need to see. Forget the hype. We just need two warriors coming together. Forget the hype.
What does Eric do good?
Rolls can back up on the ropes and swing one back, swing a couple left hooks. You know, this is none of this like jab, jab, one, jab, jab, one. You know, can swing there and swing one back.
That sounds like very different. He's very different from most of the opponents you box. Now now the legs are going on.
Exactly. Very, very unorthodox. Hit you around the back of the head, right to the body. You know, and combination. So he's good at combination punch. So core will be strong, defense will be good, and we'll rock and roll.
Eric, I said before, there's a few names mentioned to fight Anthony Joshua. Why do you think this is the right time, right place for you to dethrone him?
I mean, these are the fights, like I told you earlier, these are the fights this is not my first fight like this. I've been on the road fighting fights like this. So, you know. Not guys like this. How many unbeaten fights have you been in with? I fought for the heavyweight world title already once before. And won. Huh? And won. And beat them. What I'm saying is, why would you be more than a threat than the likes of David Price, our David Price here? Why? Because I want you to sell you to me. Why? Sell you to him. Why? Because I bounced back from the David Price of my career, because I've been on the floor and I've gotten up and I bounced back from that by defeating and proving to the world that I could get in and almost beat Deontay Wilder, hurt him, continue to fight, push forward, go to Poland, knock out. I don't know if you guys know, Adam Mack has never been knocked out before on his back for 10 seconds. Okay? I've shown what I can do. You know, so if you want to compare me to Price, let him go prove himself a little bit. Let me ask you this, his last fight, did he sell to you that he should be in my seat right now? None at all. Thank you. So if you hit Anthony Joshua, do you think he stays hit? Do you think he's got the character to come back, bounce back like you? Do you think he's got the same grit and determination like you say you have? We'll find out. We'll find out. You know, we'll find out that night. That's what the fight's all about. I'm not worried about how he reacts or doesn't react. I'm worried about hitting him hard. Anything after that is a fight. That's why we get in the ring. We fight. He gets in. All these people, they stay on the side. When we fight, he figures out what I can do. I figure out what he can do. That's a fight. That's it. Anthony Joshua, you're on a roll, and you've been at the ring for a while. So how's preparation gone for this? What have you done in that meantime? Some fighters do nothing in between fights. Yeah. Some fighters, they stay gym fit.
What's been good is the rest, importantly, and then I started camp early. Like I said, normally on a day like this, I'd have come back from sparring and I'd be tired and I wouldn't have eaten, and it interrupts training, but everything's worked out well. I said, camp's tough. I'm still making mistakes. I'm still correcting my mistakes. But that's why I'm training. And I just feel revitalized, full of energy again, like I can go again for another year non-stop. And that's what's been good really with this camp is the break. I started camp early so I can just start getting my body prepared for certain things. And I'm here now with how many weeks to go? 6 weeks, 5 weeks to go. And, you know, I think that's more than enough time to get me in good shape.
What do you expect in this fight? What do you expect Eric to bring to the table?
I like the mentality. And that's why I said I'm here with this fight now is because I don't like, it's not a disrespectful thing because that's not my style, but I like to talk facts. Price didn't sell himself in his last fight. You know, Pulev didn't want to fight. Klitschko's unfortunately injured. Parker's fighting Ruiz. Molina's, whatever it is, let's get it on. Cool, I like that. Let me look at his last fight. Knock that guy out. Let me look at his first fight. Wobbled this so-called, you know, phenomenon of a heavyweight over in America. All right, cool. As I said, 8 years in the game, 3 years in the game. Let me challenge myself and see where I'm at. It's about me. So I'm just looking forward to rocking and rolling.
Eric, this man's last 4 opponents have been unbeaten. He's come through almost unscathed. Why should I believe in you? You understand what I'm doing? I want you to convince me to walk out of this room and think, wow, this man's on it. Why? Convince me. You've been beaten.
I feel like in this seat that I'm in right now, you know, the world's going to think what they want about me. They're going to say everything. They're going to put the odds on me. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with not convincing you. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with everything that the world has to say about this fight because I've heard it already before. I'm all right with you thinking what you got to think and everybody else thinking what they got to think. I feed off that energy. I thrive off that. You put me in a seat where I will lose nothing. I got nothing to lose. You expect nothing from me. Everybody expects nothing from me. I got everything. I can't lose nothing. I love that situation. I don't want to prove nothing to you. I don't want to prove nothing to them. I'll prove it in the fight.
Okay, let's get into Eric Molina's dream. He wins the fight. What does it mean to you, your family, your history, your country? What's it mean?
It means everything. It means everything because it means more for the things that I stand up for.
Which are?
For the determination of letting the message out. You get knocked down, you get back up. You find a way. You find a way. My promoter, there ain't no rebuilding me. There ain't no rebuilding. Oh, let's take a couple fights with her and let's put you down the right track. No. I had to do this the hard way. I had to do it, figure out a way to keep this thing going. So, you know, to get to this level, to become champion, that's the ultimate goal, you know? That's the ultimate goal. That's why we hit the bag every day.
I asked Brazil this. I'll ask you this. Were you embarrassed by Brazil? Were you embarrassed by Charles Martin when they came and fought Anthony Joshua as an American?
No, that's their business. That's their business. I mean, you know, every fight's their own fight. I fight my fight. I don't judge him. I don't judge him on his fights. I don't judge nobody on their fights. Everybody gets in, they do the best, and that's it.
Tell me what he does good and tell me what he does bad.
His balance, his athleticism, his height, uses his reach.
That's good.
Good. I like the way he handles himself as an athlete. The position, the influence that he has over his country, great. Everything good. I can't say that many things bad about him. I can't say that many things. But there are some things that we need to find out about Anthony Joshua. He knows it. Everybody out there we need to know some more about him.
You've mentioned the chin. You wanna. There's a question you've asked about the chin. If he gets hit on the chin, how does he?
That's a part of that, and that's a part of the heavyweight game. We know he could punch. We know he's got size. We know he's got everything. He's got all the attributes to become a legend. But we don't know that one little piece of the puzzle yet. That one little piece.
How do you approach this fight? Round one.
Staying in the mental focus of everything. Staying loose. You walk out in front of 20-some thousand people, you lose yourself. In my opinion, that's what happened to Charles Martin. You have to mentally be in the moment there. You have to stay calm. You have to stay focused. You have to stay in the moment.
So do you stay at range, or do you get to his chest? Do you push him back? Do you make him work?
Just stay focused and stick to the game plan.
Do you keep this man at range? Do you drag him in close? Do you talk him into a fight? Because I saw when you boxed Dylan White, you were smiling to yourself when he got in tight, and I thought, wow, this man likes to tear up. You're a big guy.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Do you go for a tear up, or do you go for discipline of a game plan?
Do you know, with this fight, it's how I just feel I want to approach it on the night. Because there's many ways to skin a cat. There's many forms of, like, boxing, you know. You can be on your toes, head movement, or you can, you know, come on the inside and try work. There's many ways to skin a cat, and that's what I say, I can't prepare for him in one dimension. That's not how I go towards a boxing match. It's not one dimension, like he throws a jab that way and I've got to defeat him by doubling up my jab, because he might throw double jabs in this fight and I have to triple. So there's just different ways I'm going to approach the fight, but you will definitely think you'll see is some counter punching, some body work, and I always express that.
I thought, surprisingly, I saw that when you boxed Charles Martin. I thought, is this man like testing himself out to see what he can and can't do, or because that's what it seemed like?
Yeah, so with the fight with Dylan, we were talking a good game. I said, cool, that's how you want to roll? Let's come centre of the ring and let's scrap. Like, as I say, I don't fight to prove anything. This was about me and him. So we went to war. Cool, I come out on top. It was a good scrap. Then I got in the ring with Charles Martin. I said, I fought like a novice. Let me display a bit more about myself. Put him away. Then I said to Dominic Brazil, let me just chill out. Let me just go through the motions and have fun. Because I'm at the stage now where I should be able to control any fighter I'm in the ring with. That shows experience and that shows level. So I'm going through that stage now where it's like, it's not just, obviously the objective is to win, but it's how I do it. And that's how I'm just approaching each fight now, is that how do I dismantle each of my opponents? It's about
controlling this man here.
Yeah.
Are you controllable?
I'm unpredictable, man. I don't even know how I'm going to fight this fight. Look at every fight that I fought in my past 5, 6, 7 fights. Look at them all. You won't see the same fighter. He knows it. You won't see the same fighter. He don't know what I don't know what I'm going to give. He don't know what he's going to get.
Does the criticism of him being the opponent bother you at all?
No, I just think they don't understand. They don't get it. They definitely don't get it. I know why he's here. He knows why he's here. My coach knows why we're here. I just think that this isn't about hype, man. This isn't about, you know, building up a fight and then it going around or so. It potentially can, because like you said, this is heavyweight boxing, but this is, in my opinion, the better opponent, the best opponent that's shown himself. So let's get it on.
Your fans are frustrated.
It's not about that. Because when it's all said and done, the next heavyweight comes up and then they're giving him stick and I'm gone and left in the dust. So it's not about what the fans want sometimes. I've got to do what's right for my career and my progression.
Okay, talk me through the fight. December the 10th.
Through the fight? Okay, I should be feeling fresh and relaxed. I should be feeling how I'm feeling today. And then, so God willing, I'm in that stage where it's like, it's just me and him. I want to be in a stage where it's like, it doesn't matter what's going on outside of the ring. Or the bright lights that are on us.
He mentioned, which I picked up on 20,000 people when he walked in.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
That's a ching.
You're gonna play, give a little list, but it shouldn't matter about that. You know, you get in the ring, and it's not so much like a sparring match, but you're doing things that are difficult, but making it look easy. That's the sign of controlling a fighter. Someone can come, he may come and say he's gonna give me my toughest fight, but if I can make his toughest performance look like an amateur, then I've done something right. And that's my job, is to make my opponents look like novices.
There doesn't seem to be any mind games here whatsoever. This is like...
Yeah, it's not but that's what I'm saying. This isn't about height, this ain't about mind games. Straight boxing.
It's all about what happens when the first ball goes, and that's it. Simple as that. Are you strong enough? Are you fast enough? Are you smart enough? Experienced enough? Do you think you have more experience than him as a professional?
I think I got what it takes to knock him out, yeah. I think I got what it takes to knock any man out in this world.
So do you see this going the distance, or do you see it being a short fight?
No, definitely not going the distance. If I thought it was going the distance, I wouldn't be over here in this fight. This is not the type of fight that goes the distance.
So do you punch better than you box?
On that day, I hope so.
Him saying he's going to stop you, does that make it a different fight?
Yeah. There. You're shooting, you know what I mean? You got to worry about what's coming back. Be aware, be sharp. Maybe that raises, maybe my reactions, my instincts have risen because of this situation that I'm in. I'm with someone who can punch, you know, and I should be sharper than I normally am. You know, challenge brings out the best in some people. It's no problem. But at the same time, I'm going to get hit. I get hit every day for a living. I spar non-stop. So I'm going to get hit. I'm going to deal with it.
So does it make you smile when this man is questioning your resilience?
I swear it does, yeah. Yeah, man.
Because a lot of heavyweights, they look at you and they think, can you get a shot, take a shot on the chin?
Yeah, but can they take a shot on the chin? I've knocked out many people. That don't make them a bad fighter or chinny or that they can't take a shot. They've just been hit by someone who can punch. That's all it is. They don't make them bad fighter or chinny. But trust me, you stand in the way of me hitting you, you're gonna get hurt.
Does that answer your question?
He's looking at it from the wrong angle. I'm not asking him, I'm not saying it to say that he's chinny. Every fighter, every heavyweight, part of the fight involves taking and giving. He hasn't taken nothing. He hasn't taken nothing up to this date.
Really?
I can hear where he's coming from, but that's the style.
Dylan got a good shot in.
Dylan's not a big puncher. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. A lot of respect for Dylan, but he's not a big puncher.
So are you not giving him credit for his boxing ability to not put himself in such a position where a man's getting a shot off?
I'm not saying nothing else, just the fact that he's not a big puncher. He's a good fighter. He does a lot of other good things well, but he's not a big puncher.
All right.
Big puncher, a big boxing puncher will knock you out with one shot at any given round.
Are you a big puncher?
You tell me.
We'll find out December the 10th. Yeah. He predicts a knockout. What do you predict?
I could predict it going 12 rounds.
Really?
I'm not getting hit. That should be the mindset I'm in.
So
yeah.
this man's basically telling you, if you're a big hitter, he's telling me that he could actually box you for 12 rounds.
Then I'm in trouble.
You don't land a shot.
Then I'm in trouble then.
Boys, it's been interesting. I'm looking forward to December the 10th.
Yeah.
You get a handshake?
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah. So, yeah. December 10th.
Go, boys. December the 10th.
No problem.